Hello, everyone. Welcome to the podcast. I'm Josh.
I'm Katie, and we're Fresh Breath.
We're the band in the van, and this is the Band in the Van podcast. And we don't have any twerking girls in the van, and we don't have any wet t-shirt contests in the van. It's Katie and I, and we discuss things that are going on in our life. And on this episode, we get into spring break down here on South Padre Island.
We do a little bit of a celebrity outings pop-up questionnaire.
Yeah.
And
with a spring break theme.
Yeah.
And then at the end of it, we talk about some very loose liquor laws that Texas has and how it's kind of cool.
And then Josh takes his shirt off and twerks for you guys, so stay tuned.
It's going to be a good one. We're going to get to it, so
let's get to it.
Band in the Van podcast.
Oh, are we filming?
yeah, we're filming.
Oh, okay, good.
How your nails look?
Dirty.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode 13.
Hi, guys.
Band in the Van podcast. We are still in Texas.
We are.
We were very young yesterday, and we are very old today.
What do you mean? Let me start the timer before we get into
Okay,
this.
start the timer.
Also, I wanted to say thank you all for allowing us to take a break, even though we're in charge. But we...
Power move.
We needed a break last week. We've been, as Annie would say, burning the candle at both ends.
We are, for sure.
And we've been doing this the whole time we've been here.
Yeah.
And so it finally caught up to us.
You would think that with a week off that we would remember to charge our lapel microphones that we use. And we didn't. And they both died today. And we're just
think about the podcast at all until right now.
We're just shooting it now. And we're using the camera audio. And it's probably picking up the fan in the background. But it's fine. We're pumping these out. So let's get back to it.
Okay.
The reason that we were young yesterday and old today is because spring break has sprung.
Spring break.
Okay, on SPI.
That's
and so yesterday we were playing to Winter Texans, and then now we're not. We're playing to 21-year-olds. They're all 21. All of them have an ID that says they're 21.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I don't know why that every single person is 21 years old.
How many 21-year-olds do you think there are in this town?
But so now we feel a little old.
It's funny. It was like we played on the weekend and we did like a afternoon slot and then we did a night slot. And then we noticed the Winter Texans are out during the day. There's still some seniors here. Mm-hmm. And then the changeover at night is where you start to see it. But it's not until more like 10:30. Maybe you'll see some of them trickling through during the day. But it's the later night crowd that the spring breakers are coming up for. So we played till 9 the one night.
Super late.
And I know, we were like, oh my gosh.
By South Padre Island standards.
Usually everything rolls up here by 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, whatever. There's no more live music. But with spring break, they're doing more DJs and bands
9:30 till 1.
So we were done at 9, but we hung out for a bit. And then around 10:30, you started to see buses pull up to the Bay Area with a bunch of kids getting out. But yeah, so we felt we went from feeling like the youngest people here compared to the Winter Texans who are in their retired age.
Yeah.
And then we went to feeling old all of a sudden because we were still out at 10:30 at night and all these 20-year-olds came in and they were like, who are you? And
we still refuse to change our set, so we're playing the same music that doesn't really hit with the seniors for the music for the 21-year-olds, and it's not really hitting. So I don't know who we play for. I don't know what our genre is designed for. It might just be for Katie and I, but we're enjoying it. I don't know. I feel like somebody's got to be enjoying it. We're playing a lot, so I don't know. But cheers to that. Cheers to being busy.
Cheers.
Today is our 15th show in a row, and then we have one day off, so we're shooting this today so that we can do nothing tomorrow.
Or you can edit it tomorrow.
Well, I'll have to edit this podcast tomorrow. that's just fun. We'll see what kind of clips we can put in to try and get a giggle out of you guys.
You changed your name to McLovin?
And if we don't, that maybe
Oh my God! Stop.
Let me know.
Josh has been like, if you like us, that's cool. If you don't, then I don't know what to tell you. Podcast now. It's okay, babe. It's okay.
We're overworked. But anyways,
You can't please them all,
that is one thing that we have realized.
but
is
you
that
got to try and please yourself.
Insert sex joke here. Masturbation jokes.
You look like you got sun today.
I feel like I got a little bit more sun than I
And
had.
Josh was like realizing that he's like, I don't think you've gotten a tan yet. We've been here for almost 3 months, so
Yeah.
we walked on the beach today. It's a lot warmer today than
It's
it has
warmer.
been.
I'm
It's
sweating.
Like the warmest day.
I'm sweating right now because we have like windows closed and trying to like, it's all for the lighting for in here. But
I know. I'm always like, let's open the window so they can see where we're at. But then the light, then you can't see our faces, and it's Josh got it figured out.
So I've never been anywhere for spring break. Did you ever do like spring break? Woohoo!
Spring break.
No, never. I mean, we did when I was like a kid. We did like March break trips as a family, but that's not the same.
I guess we like went to Quebec.
Yeah, but that
Like
wasn't a spring.
it was March.
Oh, okay, but it was Quebec.
Yeah, but it was Quebec, so it wasn't spring.
like a
you'd
ski trip,
It was like
wasn't
a
it?
ski trip, pretty
Yeah,
much.
it's like
So I
such a
guess-
Canadian thing.
Yeah, they're like, no, let's leave the cold and go to the colder.
Yeah.
And like go tubing down a mountain.
So that was like a spring break.
I guess we went a couple of times. Very foggy memories. I do remember one guy dancing in the club. Again, some sick moves, some breaking out, and then the smoke machine went off in his face, and it like burned him. And like apparently,
Oh my gosh.
apparently the French don't care. They just kicked him out, and he was like, "I'm suing," and they're like, This is Canada. You can't." Like nobody. And then
Oh my
I don't think
gosh.
anything ever came of it. And I think it was during the song "Smoke Machine." Remember that? Smoke Machine. And then guy was like burnt with like dry ice.
The best part about South Padre is it has its own built-in smoke machine.
It does right now. There's
Well,
like
it's
a
not
crazy
smoke.
fog.
It's like fog. So the last like 3 or 4 nights, it's just been like hazy, foggy, and then at night it's like thick and it like stays like low. I don't know. It's been really kind of interesting looking outside. Not good for the gear.
No.
But it's almost like it's like a smoke machine party happening in the bar. It's weird.
If there's any lights on the patios, it's like illuminating
Yeah.
the fog and stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool looking. So, speaking of being too old for spring break, I'm sure by this point I've put in 5 different clips of Dr. Ross Geller going to spring break. Woohoo! In 1999 or whatever. Woo! Oh, Dr. Geller.
Professor Geller.
We're gonna do celebrity outings.
Ooh,
Welcome back to Celebrity
Outings.
with spring break edition.
Spring break edition, but actually, yeah, we don't script this stuff. So I was gonna do Friends edition because I've cut to Friends probably maybe 6 times by now.
Okay.
But no, I like spring break edition. So we can be like, okay, this is good. This is coming up in my head right now. Okay, so celebrity outings. We're doing an episode based on spring break, and you have to make out with one, punch one out, or take one out to lunch. Dr. Ross Geller.
I mean, come on, she's taking my class.
Carson Daly,
Carson Daly here. Welcome.
because he's like
Oh yeah.
the spring break king.
Yeah.
Right? Or what's that guy's name from She's All That?
Matthew Lillard.
Matthew Lillard. Yeah, that guy.
Why him?
I don't know, because that girl met him on spring break.
Oh,
Remember?
yeah,
She's like, I
that
came
movie.
back and now I'm just not too good for you. And I
Yeah,
have this
it's
new.
not- it's not you,
it's not
baby.
you, it's me. And now I have this guy that was on Road Rules.
What's up? How's it going?
Oh yeah.
So that Matthew Lillard,
Carson Daly.
Carson Daly,
Or
what's his actual name? Ross Geller.
David Schwimmer.
David Schwimmer. You got to
Such a
punch one
weird-
out. It's a very weird one.
Such a weird.
You got to punch one out. You got to make out with one, or you got to take one out to lunch.
Oh man.
You want to punch them all, kind of. That's where my head went.
Is it Carson Daly? Is that his name?
Yeah, it's Carson Daly.
Okay, that sounds weird to me for some reason.
No, I'm pretty sure it is.
Okay, I'm gonna start with the lunch one because I don't know even who I'd want to go out for lunch with. Okay, I'm gonna make out with Carson Daly
Ooh.
because I mean, you know, I don't know. He seems like the only celeb that is in the
It's like
lineup.
celeb status that's worth it. He is on like the Daily Show.
Because you get on the TV if you
Yeah,
meet
he's
up
like
with
on
him.
the Daily Show now.
Then I
Or
think
not
I
the
would.
Daily Show.
I think I would punch out. I want to say both of them, but I'm gonna punch out Matthew Lillard because he
Okay.
seems like a douche.
He plays a good douche. in
And then
movies, yeah.
I'm gonna make out with David Schwimmer because I feel like he needs a good story for
Didn't
his.
you just say that you were gonna make out with the other guy? You can just make out with all of them. You're like, I'm gonna make out with this one, and
I have
I'm
to
gonna
go
make out
for
with this
lunch
one.
with. Or no, I went.
Yeah, you said you were gonna take out somebody for lunch, but then you said you're gonna make out with them.
Oh, okay. I guess
You
I'm
need to-
taking out Dr. Geller for lunch then.
Yeah, he seems like he'd be interesting.
Oh man.
Yeah, he could give you all the Jennifer Aniston like inside scoop of whether she's like. Really
Wait, is it
terrible.
Dr. Ross Geller that I'm taking
Or
out for
David
lunch, or
Schwimmer?
David Schwimmer?
don't
This
know.
is like.
I feel like, yeah, it's Ross. Because, like, you don't know what David Schwimmer's like. Like, who knows what David Schwimmer's like?
Okay, well, I'll stick to it.
Okay.
Lunch with David Schwimmer.
Yeah.
Or Ross.
Ross Geller.
I'm punching out Matthew Lillard.
Okay.
Lillard.
What is his name in that movie?
I don't know.
Oh, God. I'll find it.
Hey.
I'm gonna go with Carson Daly.
Yeah.
Because he's got the microphone and
He
might get
does.
on TV. And
You might. He's not on the Daily Show. That's wrong. He's
Yeah,
on the
I was
Today,
like, that's-
He's on the Today Show.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
the
yeah.
morning Today Show on like.
he
CBS
could also
or
get
whatever.
punched out, though, right?
Wouldn't you wanna?
Kind of want
Like,
to
wouldn't
punch
you
all of
rather?
them.
Yeah. Is this the one episode where like I punch all three? I'm punching all three of them.
Especially Dr. Geller.
Dr. Ross Geller's the worst. Isn't he the worst character ever on television?
He's
He's
whiny.
funny, but he's just a whiner.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
don't
agree.
know.
I agree. Well, that was fun. I thought you were gonna. I don't know where you're gonna go with that. I was like, spring break. For some reason, the first person I thought of was Paris Hilton. I couldn't think of anything
For spring
else.
break, why?
I don't know. I just feel like she would be
That's
out there,
hot.
being like,
It's hot.
oh, spring breaky. Or you know what? What's the one? The white chicks movie with they go to
it's
spring
called
break.
White Chicks, yeah. Oh,
in
do they
the
go to
Hamptons or something.
Do they go? Is it spring break or is it like? I forget. That's a terrifying movie. The Wayans brothers dressed
I
as
think
white
Paris
chicks.
Hilton's
Is,
in that too. I think that's why I thought of it because she's at or like-ish of her.
yeah, those guys are horrifying as white women. Like, the makeup artist on that movie should have been. Well, I guess it's a tough sell, but it's like should have been fired probably. It's not the easiest thing to
Well,
do.
I mean, that's
They're both
just
like
insane.
6 feet tall, and
But yeah, so other than March break family trips, I've never really been on anywhere. So we're excited. We're gonna be here for the main part of it,
yeah.
and we're also gonna put in a clip of Clayton's, which is the biggest beach bar on
Yeah.
this island, or it says biggest beach bar in Texas.
In Texas.
And they have like crazy parties.
It gets wild.
So
But like you
we'll
talk
have
to different
check
people,
it out.
yeah. You talk to certain like winter Texans, and they're like, "It's really not that bad." And then you talk to other ones, and they're like, "We're leaving. It gets crazy. You can't get anywhere."
Yeah, some people are
And
like,
then-
"Oh my God, what are you gonna do? How are you
Even-
gonna manage?" It's like, I
Yeah,
don't
even
know.
the bartenders are like give you mixed reviews. Some of them are like, "Yeah, it's not really that bad," but like they have a paddy wagon here and a paddy wagon there, and they shut down the street, and they
Yeah,
at
like-
midnight they just start huffing children into these paddy wagons and taking them to jail because
Children.
they're all well, could be like, I'm 40.
Yeah.
They're
so
21. Like,
that's true.
depending on when you start, they could be your kids. It's
Yeah.
nuts.
We
But,
were called the kids here at one point.
I know. Remember that?
Now
It was
you're
like it was
calling them the kids.
now it was like it was yesterday.
I know.
And then now I'm like old.
I know.
It's too bad. Still doing all right though. The grays. Not gonna lie to you, they're in the beard more than anything, but
Well, the tie-dye helps to keep you young.
for feeling young, anyways.
But yeah, so we're just gonna kind of watch from afar, go to the beach parties like on the outskirts of the beach,
With
just to
I would
maybe just
Bring
see
in binoculars.
if there's some twerking or wet t-shirt.
Somebody posted
contests.
today online. There's like a South Padre concierge page, and somebody, I thought it was like a young person, but they weren't that young. They're in their 30s. They're like, "Are there any wet T-shirt concerts or contests today?"
Concerts. Yeah.
This is gonna be a wet T-shirt concert tonight because it's hot. It's gonna be on me. But yeah, I don't know. That's just walk down the beach. I think you'll find it. But
That's true.
it's
Yeah.
an interesting thing to take to Facebook.
I
and be
feel like the thing about this island anyway is like it's weekends are where it gets a little bit more wild. Even just during like the January and February months, like it's the weekends, if it's nice, the locals will come down and go to the beach or go to the bars or whatever.
Yeah.
And then especially at spring break, it's more like in the week on the weekends.
Yeah.
So during the week, no, there's no wet t-shirt contest here on a Tuesday. So-
there could be.
but maybe Clayton's does if there's enough people there.
I don't know. We've been to Clayton's during the week. I don't think you'd want to have the wet
There's
T-shirt
been a lot of
concerts.
people there, and there's no wet t-shirt
No.
contest.
Hundreds of people.
There's a lot of boot scooting going on.
Hundreds of people begging to keep their clothes on.
There's a lot of wagon wheel, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh my god! If someone does a wet t-shirt contest,
Two wagon wheel?
I'm leaving.
I don't know. I'd be torn because on one hand,
You're like,
there's something
"Oh,
I'm very interested
now
in.
the songs go
and then
there."
there's something that I'm wildly not interested in. And you can be the judge of which those two are. But I don't know. This episode is in no way sponsored by this, but these Modelo Micheladas are insanely good. If you ever get a chance to get one of these in your hand,
They come in like a variety
like,
pack of
yeah,
flavors, and
they're insanely delicious.
like a refreshing, juicy beer, kind of like flavored
Yeah.
beer. Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah, it tastes like a breakfast beer, if you know what I'm saying. Oh, well, that was time, but I guess I should mention something too. Like, Texas is incredible. We went out for breakfast this morning, and they had happy hour from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. with deals on
their
micheladas.
breakfast happy hour.
Yeah, breakfast
7
happy hour.
a.m.
You can get $3 domestic beers. You get $4
Mimosas.
mimosas.
We didn't get anything.
We didn't. We did
had
not partake.
coffee.
We're very, what's the word? Put together.
Totally.
Totally put together. But yeah, I just find it amazing because, like, in Canada, you can't
drink until 10:30,
It would be the
11?
equivalent of like giving Bailey shots out at Tim Hortons and being like, "Happy hour, come on through on your way to work."
Yeah, which
And
I heard they made Bailey's flavored creamer, but it's non-alcoholic
What's the
at
point?
Tim Hortons, which is disappointing.
What's the point?
But here they're like, "Do you want a shot of Jameson in your coffee?"
Yeah,
And
sure.
it's not even like they don't blink an eye at it.
No,
And
the rules are very
people are
different.
sitting at the bar at breakfast. Like it's, I don't know, it's interesting. But it's a vacation spot, I guess. So
yeah, it's true.
they cater to that.
They do, and the rules are very lax.
Texas rules are nobody cares.
Yep. Okay, everybody, we're gonna get going. I really hope the anticipation from last week to this week was met with our wildly
And
unpreparedness.
maybe next week there'll be a video of Josh twerking on the beach with all the spring breakers. We'll have to keep you guys updated on that.
I have to wait for the thumbnail for that. All right, everybody.
It's coming.
See you next week.
Bye.